Okay, hello everyone, so let's get to it. This time we're doing stage 6, lesson 82. Okay, so hope you will enjoy this lesson. First word, road. Road. Road is the past of ride. So we have ride, rode, ridden. Okay, so it's the past of ride. What's the past of ride? What's the past of ride? The past of ride is road. If you rode from here to the next town by bicycle, about how long would it take you? If you rode from here to the next town by bicycle, about how long would it take you? If I rode from here to the next town by bicycle, it would take me about 30 minutes. Decrease, decrease. So decrease is this movement, okay, when it goes down. So we have increase and decrease. So decrease means going down. Does the temperature decrease as we move from spring to summer? Does the temperature decrease as we move from spring to summer? No, the temperature doesn't decrease as we move from spring to summer, it increases. Next set of words. Join, join, joint, joint, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow. So join, for example, if you want to borrow books from a library, you have to join the library, or you can join a club to become a member of a club. Or can I join you? We can, when we ask like, can I come with you to the party, to a museum, to a restaurant? Can I join you? Next word, joint. So joint is, for example, shoulder joint, an elbow joint, or a wrist. So let's practice these. Do you have to join a library before you can start borrowing books? Do you have to join a library before you can start borrowing books? Yes, you have to. Yes, you have to join a library before you can start borrowing books. If we join two pieces of wood together like this, what do we make? If we join two pieces of wood like this, what do we make? If we join two pieces of wood like this, we make a cross. What joint of the arm is this? What joint of the arm is this? That joint is the wrist. What joint of the arm is this? What joint of the arm is this? That joint of the arm is the shoulder. Noon, noon. So noon, we can say that I will have lunch at noon, which is at 12 o'clock exactly. So what's another word for midday? What's another word for midday? Another word for midday is noon. Now, abbreviation. And now, for example. So we all know for example, and for example, very often we see it written as e.g. The letters e.g. are the abbreviation, of exempli gratia, which from Latin, and that means for example. Okay, so we use these letters in writing, not in speaking. In speaking we will say, for example, whereas in writing you wouldn't really see it written down, you would just see e.g. Alright, what are the letters e.g. the abbreviation of? What are the letters e.g. the abbreviation of? The letters The letters EG are the abbreviation of exempli gratia. And when do we use these letters? When do we use these letters? We use these letters when writing. Next set of words and also some phrases. Hand, hand. Structure, structure. Finally, finally. Here you are, here you are. There he is, there he is. So hand is obviously this, but when we say that you hand something to somebody, it means that you give something to somebody. Okay, so can you hand me your pen, please? Finally means basically like finally it happened. Okay, at last it happened. Now let's discuss these phrases. Here you are and there he is. We use the expression here you are when we hand something to somebody. For example, if we say, can I borrow your book please? I can reply, yes of course. Here you are. Here you are. Okay? There it is. Here you are. We also use this structure for the words here or there in other situations. For example, when we are trying to find a particular person and we suddenly see them, okay, we will say, oh, here you are, okay, or ah, there he is, okay, or maybe, oh, there it is, okay, I finally found something. Okay, what can we say when we hand something to somebody? What can we say when we hand something to somebody? When we hand something to somebody, we can say, here you are. Okay, here you are. When you finally find something after trying to find it for a long time, what can you say? When you finally find something after trying to find it for a long time, what can you say? When you finally find something after trying to find it for a long time, you can say, ah, here it is. Here it is. All right, let's get to a new set of words. State. State. Fill in. Fill in. Application form. Application form. Birth. Birth. Occupation. Occupation. So occupation is basically your profession. It's what you do. It's your work. It's your job. So a fancier way of saying profession. Birth. So when were you born? Birth, and the opposite would be death. We have to, when you have to fill in an application form, for example, when you apply for your driving license, okay, you have to first fill in an application form. And you have to fill in, which means to like write down and to provide certain things, certain information. For example, date of birth, your occupation, your name, and your, probably that's about it. And lastly or finally, state. So state is either, as in, for example, we have the 50 states in the United States of America, but there's a difference between a state and a country, so watch out for that. In Europe we have countries, not states. State is also used, mainly used, as in sort of the government. So for example, you pay taxes to the state. and the state provides you with healthcare and education and so on and so on. Then we also use this word state as in what things or a person look like if they're in good or bad shape. Okay, for example, a good state or a bad state. Alright, let's get to the questions. Do you pay taxes to the state? Do you pay taxes to the state? Yes, I pay. Yes, I pay taxes to the state. Is this room in a good state or a bad state? Is this room in a good state or a bad state? This room's in a good state. And when you fill in a passport application form, what must you state? When you fill in a passport application form, what must you state? When I fill in a passport application form, I must state my name, my address, my date of birth, my occupation, etc. Statement. Statement, signature, signature. So, statement is either like what you say, it's an announcement, okay? That's my statement. Very often, you, for example, when you're dealing with the police, you write a formal statement, okay? So, it's a document when you're saying something, you claim something, and you usually have to sign it, so that will be your signature, okay? Your signature, whatever that looks like. So let's get to the question. When you make a formal written statement to the police, do you have to put your signature at the end? When you make a formal written statement to the police, do you have to put your signature at the end? Yes, when you make a formal written statement to the police, you have to put your signature at the end. And now, program. Program, download. Download. So, program is TV programs are the things that you watch on TV. So watch out, there's a difference between TV channels, which is like Četa, Jedna, Nova, Prima, okay? These are TV channels, and you watch on these channels TV programs, which is like the news, or what else? Or the soap operas, okay? Something of that sort. So these are TV programs, like TV shows. And download, if you want to watch something or listen to some music, you can download certain things from the internet. Pretty sure we all do that. So what kind of things can we download from the internet? What kind of things can we download from the internet? We can download programs, songs, films, etc. from the internet. Alright, next word, drunk. Drunk, fight. Fight. Okay, so drunk is either the past participle, drink, drank, drunk, of the verb to drink, or it is also when you've had too much to drink, alcohol, you can get drunk. And some people tend to fight, okay, when they get drunk. Not everyone, but some people. A fight can also, so either a physical, can be physical, but it can also be just verbal, okay? To have an argument, to have a fight, or to fight about something. What happens if someone drinks too much alcohol. What happens if someone drinks too much alcohol? If someone drinks too much alcohol, they get drunk. Have you ever seen two people fighting each other in the street? Have you ever seen two people fighting each other in the street? Yes, I've seen. Yes, I've seen two people fighting each other in the street. Do some people get into fights when they're drunk? Do some people get into fights when they're drunk? Yes, some people. Yes, some people get into fights when they're drunk. Next word, probability. Probability. So, probability is a noun, and we probably know the word probable or the adverb probably. Okay, so how probable is something that it will happen? So, do you think the probability of another world war has increased or decreased in the last 20 years? Do you think the probability of another world war has increased or decreased in the last 20 years? I think the probability of another world war has increased in the last 20 years. Next set of words, mind, mind, brain, brain. Change one's mind, change one's mind. Brainy, brainy. Abstract, abstract. Sense, sense. So the difference is, so brain is what helps you to think, so that's inside your head, but we use brain in the physical sense, okay, as in the organ, okay, so in the physical sense. Whereas we use mind in the abstract sense. For example, what's on your mind? What are you thinking? Okay, what are you thinking about? What's on your mind? When someone changes their mind, and that means that they change their opinion about something, or how they feel about something changes. Okay, so if I said I love children, and next year I would completely change my mind and I would be like, oh my gosh, I hate children, I can't stand them, so that would mean I changed my mind. Alright, what's the difference between mind and brain? What's the difference between mind and brain? The difference between mind and brain is that we use mind in the abstract sense, whereas we use brain in the physical sense. Are you in the habit of changing your mind a lot? Are you in the habit of changing your mind a lot? Yes, I'm in the habit of changing my mind a lot. Do adults have bigger brains than young children? Do adults have bigger brains than children? Yes, adults. Yes, adults have bigger brains than children. Also, the adjective brainy, so it comes from the word brain, means clever, okay? Very, very smart. When someone knows a lot of things, and is the smart one in the family, so we say that that's brainy, the brainiest member. Okay, so who's the brainiest member of your family? Who's the brainiest member of your family? My mother is the brainiest member of my family. Okay, so that's up to you how you answer this question. Next word, criminal. Criminal. So criminal is a person who committed or who committed something illegal, okay? Something bad. Gun. So gun, okay, that's a gun. So criminals very often own and use guns. What happens to criminals if the police catch them? What happens to criminals if the police catch them? If the police catch criminals, they arrest them and take them to the police station. Do you have to have permission from the state to own a gun in your country? Do you have to have permission from the state to own a gun in your country? Yes, you have to. Yes, you have to have permission from the state to own a gun in your country. Civilized. So we use this word usually when we talk about a civilized country, when we talk of civilized place. Very often when we talk about the level of education, healthcare, and agriculture, and especially technology and industry. Do you think the world's more civilized nowadays than it was in the past? Do you think the world's more civilized nowadays than it was in the past? Yes, I think. Yes, I think the world's more civilized nowadays than it was in the past. So far. So we use this little combination of words, so far, when we want to say until a certain moment, okay? Until now, until this very moment. Very often we say a phrase, so far, so good, which is the expression which basically means that we haven't got any problems yet. Okay? They might occur, but not yet. How many people do you think you've spoken to so far today? How many people do you think you've spoken to so far today? I think I've spoken to about 5 people so far today. Okay, I would be curious what your number would be. It's probably very different to our normal days without the quarantine. What does the expression "so far so good" mean? What does the expression "so far so good" mean? The expression "so far so good" means that somebody has not experienced any problems up to now. Give me an example, please. For example, I'm enjoying my new job. So far, so good. Okay, so maybe it will change, we don't know. Okay, so that was the end of the lesson 82. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and see you next time. Bye bye.